Hey guys, I'm the Thoughtful Beast, and today we're going to talk about mental health check-in lists in front of a green screen, which is presented to you in the form of a field. I can't move my green screen, it's just going to be there, so I thought I'd use it. I'm a fan of mental health check-in lists because I think it helps you stay aware and on top of your mental health. Just like your physical health, your mental health is just, ongoing, right? Whether or not you're cognizant of it, whether or not you're making actionable steps to make it better, it's just happening. So that means it can get worse without you knowing it. To prevent that, check-in list on my journal. I actually use my check-in list live on stream on Twitch. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have this segment and it's a check-in and I talk about myself. I'll answer my questions and I'll invite my audience to answer them as well. The questions that I put on my own list were things I knew that would be helpful for me. We can go through it. Let's go through it. So the first thing I ask myself in the check-in list is how I'm feeling from 1 to 10. So this is something that I picked up from going to the depression and bipolar. Oh crap, DBSA. Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance. I'm going to correct that in text if I'm wrong, like right here, but if I'm right, I won't. I used to go to their support groups, and so we did a checklist, and it was 1 to 10, where 1 was on really low and depressed, and 10 would be really high mania. I don't do that for myself. I do the scale 1 to 10 from 1 being really low, I might need to be taken to the hospital right now, to 10 being like, it's almost like I've never had a mental health issue ever, and I just feel really light and unburdened. Yeah, so those are my extremes. That's my 1 to 10. If you want to do this for your own mental health check-in list, then you get to define the parameters. The next question I ask is, did you eat? And are you hungry? And I put this question in because it's very near and dear to me. I get hangry, and I know that messes with my effectiveness in communication with others, right? You get snappy, you get short with people. It's not a very effective way to live, being hangry. So I put that on there. I put that on there. The next thing I put on there is, how's your sleep? Because we all know sleep is really important. There was recently, I saw on Twitter, this TED Talk that's about how lack of sleep is equivalent to carcinogens and maybe correlated with cancer. And I didn't really look into it out of fear, but it's because I believe it. Like, we all know what it feels like to be messed up because we haven't slept in a while. So sleep is really important, and this is another thing I ask myself so that I stay aware and on top of my sleep. My fourth question is, have you done anything nice for yourself, or are you planning to? So I put this in because my whole deal is about creating happiness, and I'm a person who gets very into their work or very into just the daily grind of making content, because that's what I do, and the daily grind of trying to be a professional dancer and trying to train and trying to become more flexible and all that stuff. So it's easy for my day to go away and all that I do is work. And so I put this in my mental health check-in list because I need to make sure that I'm actually creating happiness for myself. I need to create times for relaxation. I need to create times to enjoy myself, because if not, I will run myself into the ground, because I've done this repeatedly before. I don't want to do it again. I really, really don't. So that's why I chose that question to be in my check-in list. My next question is, How am I trying to help my own mental health? I put this in there again to promote awareness about what I'm doing and make sure that I'm actually doing things to take care of my mental health and my physical health. And then I have the opposite question, which is there anything that I'm doing presently that is harmful to my mental health that I can work on? It seems, it's kind of the same question, but it's not, right? Because you can be doing great things, and then you can also be doing not so great things. And we have to look at that too, right? Yes, be positive and congratulate yourself for the great things you're doing. And then also actually look at the not so great things you're doing, reflect on that, and fix it. So that's what that's there for. It's to keep me grounded and keep me real and from lying to myself. My next question, which is, unique to us females, is, are you on your menstrual cycle? I know that my own menstrual cycle makes me sad. It makes me kind of depressed. And so this is a good thing to know that that's a habit and I can keep track of it so that I'm not sad and blowing it out of proportion. Whether or not I'm just like, oh my God, I'm randomly sad. Like this must be, I'm going into a depressive episode. It's like, oh no. It's just my period. I can relax. Like it's great that I'm monitoring all that. And then also I can be like, oh dude, I'm going to be on my period soon. This is going to affect my mood. I might be more sad. What can I do to help make that easier on myself? What can I say to myself and remind myself to do so that I'm not letting my hormonal changes affect the way that I talk to other people? Because that's important, right? The hormones going up and down, that's real. The fact that I still need to be respectful of others, also real. And then lastly, are you taking your medication? Because medication is important if you have anything wrong with your mental or physical health. My medication right now is drinking celery juice, and it's disgusting, but it has literally fixed my stomach issues that my doctors couldn't fix, including like chronic acid reflux. And no, I have not changed anything else about my diet. So yeah. So those are my questions. And the questions that you put into your own book or your own journal or your own check-in list, they get to be personal to you. You get to ask questions that make sense for you. So if you don't have a period, then you don't need to ask yourself about your period. If you get hangry, maybe that's something that you want to put in there, making sure that you eat. Because it's also really easy for people to forget to eat. Not me. Not me, but I know that's also a thing. And even if it doesn't make you hangry, it might make you feel weaker. It might make you be less productive at work. Really mental health check-in lists, they're really helpful to me because even if I don't do this every single day, just having the questions regularly in my head prompts me to think about my mental health for the rest of the day, right? Say I come out of a dance class and I'm just like, oh, I got to get to work. I need to go to work soon, but hey, I need to eat because I know that I get hangry. And I'm not the best teacher when I'm hangry. Sorry, I just envisioned Hulk in my head going, I'm hungry, which isn't how he talks. That's a really bad impersonation, but you get what I mean. So yeah, it can be really helpful. The checklist can be really helpful. You can put it on your phone. This is not a phone. My phone's over there charging. You can put it on your phone. You can put it on a Post-it note. But it's something that I really do suggest. Hopefully this was helpful. And hopefully this was helpful. I definitely cut because I started to ramble. I think it was still maybe useful information, but rambling nonetheless. So if you found this video helpful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to know what questions you would put in your own check-in list, and I would love any feedback that you have, or if you have any ideas on what kind of videos about mental health you'd like for me to make. Until next time, I am the Thoughtful Beast. Peace out. This feels super girly. Well, I guess it's not bad. It's just girly.